We're here.
Hello and welcome to another edition of 5-Star Broadcast. I'm Andy Peck.
And I'm Angelo Parenti.
And tonight we're going to get right into it. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to be recapping this past week's Monday Night Raw, which was also the Slammy Awards edition. We got a question, some comments that came in from Austin and Rudy on Twitter. And Austin said, talk about the ending of tonight's Raw on your next broadcast. Would love to hear your thoughts about it. And Rudy said, the crowd during last night's Raw, whoa. So yeah, obviously Raw was exciting this week. It had a hot opening match with Daniel Bryan versus Fandango. And what'd you think about that, Ange?
It is a good, solid match to open it up. Any match I think with Daniel Bryan is pretty good, and this was a good Raw going into TLC. I think I was a little worried because I thought it was just going to be taken over by the Slammies, which it pretty much was, but they did an okay job of keeping matches in there, keeping storylines that were building up to TLC going. But first match was cool with me.
Yeah, I mean, it was in Daniel Bryan's hometown.
Yeah.
He came out, so it was a smart move by them. It got the crowd fired up, and, it got Fandango some exposure. He hasn't been used too well recently, and, he got a good match with Daniel Bryan. There was some back and forth offense, so, good opening match. The key point for this, though, is at the end of the match was the Wyatt family promo. Bray Wyatt said that he's going to hurt Daniel Bryan and, basically force him to join the Wyatt family, which is kind of what we talked about in the past, like how they were going to make that happen.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's really smart because hopefully we figure out what this is all going to end up being at TLC. So, building up that match and building up everyone's curiosity to see if Daniel Bryan's going to join him or not, and if Daniel Bryan's going to get hurt if he doesn't.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, this Sunday at the pay-per-view and with Daniel Bryan and the Wyatt family. The next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw was Damien Sandow. He took on Santino, which is kind of a throwaway match. But the point here is Big E was on commentary, and they kind of hyped up that match, and I think it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, the only thing I've noticed with Big E is I'm a Big E fan. I'm rooting for him, but it's just like, do you ever notice he's been on commentary twice? Is for this him Sandow feud type thing, and he I just don't like when he gives credit, like he's trying to be Mr. Nice Guy, Sandow, he's this and this, but just be a wrestler and talk shit.
Yeah, I
know he's a babyface, but you don't.
No, he's almost too much of a babyface.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. He kind of reminds me of Bobby Lashley. Like, he was kind of like a bitch like that,
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both similar. They have a lot of intensity and stuff, but they're both just babies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When Sandow's been on commentary, he's just a dick, and he just talks bad, like he's gonna do this and do that, and he doesn't give anyone credit,
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Big E has a mean streak and, I don't know, good match. I don't really know who I want to win that. I mean, Big E just got the title belt, but Sandow, I'd like to see more for him, so.
I was so confused, not confused, I was just so hard to make picks, but I guess we'll discuss that.
Yeah, that'll be coming. Next thing I want to talk about, though, is Diva Award of the Year, and I'm just shocked that AJ Lee didn't win this and that you had Nikki and Brie the Bella Twins win this. It was, I don't know, it took me back. I didn't expect it. They claimed that the fans actually voted for that, which if they did, I think AJ would have won. I don't see the Bellas winning.
I don't know. I mean, I was shocked too, but then I think about it of the Total Divas show.
That's true.
So it's like, if there's a good amount of people who watch that show and AJ's not on it.
Yeah.
I mean, in that case, I thought they would have maybe voted for Natalya.
That's true. Yeah.
But I mean, at least they didn't vote for Eva Marie. But
It's funny that you bring up Total Divas, though, because one of my friends, Kelsey, she was talking about it, and she doesn't watch wrestling at all, but she knew about the Bella Twins and watches Total Divas and loves the Bella Twins, so you might be onto something there. Maybe that happened. Maybe there was a bunch of, people that were voting for it.
I watched Total Divas. I know
I've never watched it.
I just like when they show wrestling stuff, like the backstage at shows and stuff like that. That's the part I really, really like to see. But after watching it, I wouldn't even be a Bellas fan. I would be a fan of Daniel Bryan's girlfriend, because she doesn't seem as much of a bitch. But the other one, it's just, I think it would draw me away from him.
It's because she's dating Cena.
Yeah.
She's got that attitude. But, yeah, I don't know. I was shocked about AJ Lee, but the Total Divas thing, it makes sense. So, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't rigged. But this next one I think is complete bullshit, because we're going on to match of the year. And The Rock vs. John Cena at WrestleMania 29 ended up winning, which I think out of the matches that were listed, CM Punk and Undertaker should have won.
Yeah, I was really bummed on that. But then I thought about it again. You got
have a lot of fans that...
Cena and The Rock are two of the biggest wrestlers
Undertaker's
ever.
not really around too much, too.
Yeah, and maybe the little kids get scared of The Undertaker. But
that's true.
I don't know. I just wish we could find out if it was rigged or not. But
I mean, all reports that were coming in that I read online are saying that it wasn't, and these were legitimate votes. So I don't know. That's kind of depressing with you fans out there if you're voting for The Rock and John Cena over that CM Punk Undertaker match. I don't know what you're thinking. I mean, they're two big time guys, but we've seen the match before, and it was a better match than their previous one, but not better than CM Punk and The Undertaker, in my opinion.
No.
And also, one of the things that I read online was that they wanted Punk and Brock Lesnar to be on, like that match to be on the nominees, but they feared that it would beat out Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, and they couldn't have that happen.
No.
Which I could totally
believe. I could believe that. But an award that a Slammy winner that we were no complaints about this one, and I think it was, I don't want to say obvious because he was up against someone. I mean, you picked CM Punk to win.
Yeah.
But I was right by picking Daniel Bryan.
You were. And I mean, that would have been my number too.
Yeah. You know? He's had a great year, and he just seems like he's getting, bigger and bigger, and the crowd reacts more and more.
Yeah, it's really good for him this year. He's been building his popularity, as Ange said. Everybody's yesing all the time, even when he's not in matches. It's been a solid year for him, so I'm happy that he won Match of the Year. Somebody that's been having some hard luck this year, though, Alberto Del Rio. And I mean, he had that match on Monday Night Raw with Sin Cara, and the new Sin Cara, by the way, is Hunico, and doesn't botch as much as the old Sin Cara. But Alberto Del Rio, he's kind of been down on his luck a little bit. He hasn't been pushed as much, and now, as we saw on Raw, he was actually injured. He got a concussion. I said I tweeted during one of the spots where he jumped off the ropes. He landed weird.
And I think I noticed. Yeah, I noticed it, and then when I saw you say that about it, I was like,
because he rolled outside the ring.
I called it.
Yeah, he rolled outside the ring, and I just said, he looked like he landed weird. Then after Raw, it comes out he got a concussion, so hopefully a speedy recovery for him.
But yeah, like you said, loses championship match.
Then he's losing to Sin Cara
twice.
Yeah,
and now he's out with a concussion.
Yeah,
but
rough year for him. But maybe this is what he needs. It might be a blessing. He'll come back with some fire under him. You know who else has some fire going? Brodus Clay.
Yes, he does. He is pissed. But I like
music.
I like it. I mean, I'm not gonna ever be a fan of this whole dance gimmick thing. But if he comes out and turns into a heel and just that anger sticks with him, I think we could have something going here.
I'm all about it too. If Brodus Clay drops the dancers and he goes all out like we saw this past week, he squashed Xavier Woods in like 40-some seconds, which is fine for me. Xavier Woods is still fairly new. I think he's got some time. He won't be hurt too much by that loss. But not only did he squash him in a fast match, but then he just kept on the assault after the match was over. Tensai tries splitting them up, and Brodus Clay's still on him. So I think we're going to see a Brodus Clay heel turn very, very soon.
It's weird too because I think WWE doesn't like to turn their baby faces heel, especially if they're a real like the little kids love them. Like you notice
he's one of those.
Yeah, I can't believe when I see all these Brodus Clay like wrestling buddies action figures. He's in
a Scooby-Doo movie.
I just was to say that. I saw you posted it. I watched the trailer and he's in it.
Him and Sakara.
So it's like they're gonna push the guys that the little kids like, but a heel turn would be pretty cool.
Yeah. And then also on Raw, we got to see CM Punk against Dean Ambrose, kind of a teaser match for this Sunday's pay-per-view. The main takeaway from this match was Dean Ambrose kind of had some friction with the Shield again, and it looks like he may be breaking off sooner than I would hope for. But
yeah, I mean they even have friction when they were presenting the Slammy.
Yeah.
So more and more we see it. So it seems like it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, and I think they're doing it well. I just hope it doesn't happen too soon.
We'll see anything.
I know. I think it's gonna happen Sunday. Shit.
That's what I was gonna say. But
stock up on your Shield shirts and action figures and all that junk now. It might not be around after Sunday. But then the closing moments of Raw, which everybody's talking about, and people were tweeting at us to talk about. It was just crazy.
I was flipping. It was awesome.
To start off, you have the crowd just chanting for Daniel Bryan instead of the two people that are fighting on Sunday. And Cena did, I think it was an ad-lib promo, and kind of pulled Daniel Bryan in and started talking about him and building him up while he's going off on Orton. And it was just an awesome moment. Triple H addressed it, and it's kind of one of those organic things where the fans are just cheering for Daniel Bryan, and it was really special.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. A lot of people were commenting on Cena's promo, said it was pretty good. I just felt when he kind of brought Daniel Bryan into it, like I loved that he did it, but do you feel like he was just a part of him was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to take the light, everybody's going for Daniel Bryan, I'm gonna try to steal that, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think it was a genuine. He was trying to give that guy, Daniel Bryan, a little bit of a rub.
Or maybe I'm just like, Cena always has to be Mr. Nice Guy, you know?
No, I think it was genuine, and I think it was completely ad-libbed. He just pulled him in and went with it. But two of the best promos of the year from these guys, and their entire feud, even from the early days, happened on that Raw, and it was just awesome to see.
With the way the crowd was, they kind of had to ad-lib. I mean, they had to stop Triple H had to stop talking because of the crowd.
Yeah, it was just so loud. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It was awesome. Then to end the show, you have all this chaos happening. You have Orton hits Cena as they're shaking hands. Punk then hits Orton. Triple H then punches and throws CM Punk. CM Punk gets up. He knocks out Triple H. Turns around, gets super kicked by Shawn Michaels, who then, I believe, gets kneed by Daniel Bryan, who then Orton goes for an RKO on Daniel Bryan, pushes him off, knocks over Stephanie, Triple H pedigrees Orton, and then Cena and Kane help Triple H get Stephanie back to her feet, and that's the last shot we see is Cena with those guys.
And the whole time, the Great Khali has no idea what's going on.
Very true. I don't know why Great Khali was out there. I guess because he was a former champ?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, complete chaos to end the show. The final thing we got to touch on really quick is Shane brought up, he wanted to know, it looked like they're foreshadowing Daniel Bryan and Triple H, Daniel Bryan and HBK, and then Triple H and CM Punk as being two separate feuds. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, as soon as I saw Triple H rip CM Punk off and CM Punk, getting ready to go at him, like I just saw it from all the time we were thinking about it, people mentioning it. Like I'm really into Triple H. Between those two feuds, I would like to see Triple H and CM Punk, just because I think there would be more. I just want to see CM Punk kick Triple H's ass.
For me, I'd have to go with Daniel Bryan and HBK, simply because HBK trained Daniel Bryan.
It's like teacher versus student.
Yeah, and I'd love to see those two square off. But that's about it for us today. Check out some of our future episodes because we have a contest coming for you guys. Episode 10, check that out.
Till then, we're out of here.
See ya.